I don't know about you, but at this time of year I start thinking, I've had enough of all the richness and all the food and I want something healthy. Why not start your day right and have a nice healthy breakfast? I feel like when you do that, you have a tendency to eat better for the rest of the day. I have a healthy breakfast idea to share with you. It's eggs served with grape tomatoes and spinach. Start off with sauteing your grape tomatoes. You want to cook them until they sort of break down a little bit and release some of their juice. I'm poking holes in these tomatoes because these grape tomatoes have kind of a thick skin and they don't break down super quickly. So sometimes I like to give them a little poke so they don't explode. It should take about 3 minutes for them to soften. Kind of like when you cook sausage, same thing. When the tomatoes are starting to break down, you feel like they're starting to collapse, you can add your spinach, about a pound of spinach. You might need to add it in batches in order for it not to completely overflow your pan. If your spinach leaves have been washed and dried ahead of time and there's no moisture clinging to the leaves, you might add a tiny touch of water because the minute it starts cooking, it's going to release water, but it takes a little bit of water in order to start that action. What I usually do is just wash my spinach, shake it off, and then leave a tiny bit of water clinging to the leaves. This breakfast is so healthy, I think I might be treading on Shira's territory. Don't tell her, okay? She'll never know. This is looking perfect. I don't want it to wilt down too much more, so get it onto your plate. It's a pretty generous serving of vegetables, but that's a great way to start the day if you ask me. If this seems like it's enough for 2 servings to you, then go ahead and share it with a friend. Now you can cook your eggs in the same pan. Just a little bit more olive oil. Crack your eggs into the pan. You can cook these however you like. I'm going to do mine sunny side up, which means I like to cook it on a little bit of a lower heat so that the egg white will set while the yolk still stays runny. You can also accomplish this by covering the pan, but I don't always do that. A little bit of salt and some pepper. Cooking in a non-stick skillet means you don't need to use a lot of fat. Obviously, that's what they're created for. And the fat that you're using is healthy olive oil. Sometimes I use my spatula to just pull the egg white away from the yolk because that dense part right by the yolk has a hard time cooking sometimes. If you don't like them sunny side up, feel free to turn them over right about now. And that is it, they're done. Turn off the heat, let it just cook for just another sec to set the egg whites fully, and then top your spinach and tomatoes with your eggs. Wow, that's a breakfast. Give this spinach and tomatoes with eggs a try. It's a great way to start your day.